It's very nice. Okay, so in this video we'll be taking a look at this really pretty model kit, the Master Grade Strike Rouge remastered with the OOTORI Striker Pack. Big thanks to all the long time and new subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Gonna be a big help in sustaining and upgrading the channel. So to start, let's take a look at the box art here. It looks pretty good. It's very detailed. We have the Otori pack attached on the back. We even see the Freedom Gundam there in the background. And we just have the unit name over here. If you don't know where this is from Gundam Seed, and this kit is a master grade. This came out back in 2013. Two sides of the box are just the cropped front box art. Here on this side we can see some info, but it's all in Japanese. Here's the front and rear view of the completed kit. Looks pretty good. By the way, this is based on the remastered Strike Gundam, so articulation and details are gonna be better than the first Master Grade Strike. Here's the Otori front and rear. Basically looks like a bird because Otori means big or large bird, so it's a big bird. Weapons and armaments here, a lot of them for that matter. Those colors are actually inaccurate. You're gonna have to do some stickers and some painting. Anyway, here we have gimmicks of the shoulders, the hips, the waist, the knee. We have a 1:100 scale seated pilot figure and standing pilot figure of Kagali, I think the name is. I'm not really a fan of Gundam Seed, the series, but I like the Gundam designs. Here's an advertisement for the remastered series and comics. Here's another dashing pose of the Otori, mimicking the one in the box art. And yes, this kit comes with an action-based concept illustration. And it looks pretty good. And here's the other Master Grade Gundams from Gundam Seed. Since this is kind of an older kit, we can see the list price here of 4,200 yen. That's around 2,100 pesos, but of course there's still some aftermarket prices. Now that we got the cover out of the way, let's take a look inside. First thing, we got some stickers and some dry transfers here. These pieces here aren't actually white, they're actually pink. So compared to the white here of a usual Gundam, this is a more pink kind of white. And some gray parts. Here's the action base. There's some other stuff here, but first let's take a look at the manual. Well, here's the manual, looking good here. We have more info about the Strike Rouge and the other characters involved, but it's all in Japanese. Here's the parts list, and we have a few X's, and it goes all the way up to runner R. Okay, they show you again which runners you need to use per part, so that's good. Start with the body, the head, the arms, the waist, the legs. Centerfold is colored and more info about the Strike Rouge, and you can see it in a bunch of poses here. I can't really tell you about the info because it's written in Japanese, so you can just pause the video and read it if you know how to read those. And then we do the final assembly after the legs. We have the basic Gundam weapons here, the shield and the rifle, but I don't see any beam sabers here, so we have the knives. And the Otori here looks pretty good. A lot of instructions for the Otori here because it involves a lot more weapons too. And here's the display stand. It's the one that came with the Freedom 2.0 and some of the wing kits. We have the marking guide here. A lot of markings on this kit, but most of them are stickers, so I don't know what to do with those, but I actually have water slides, so that won't be a problem when I do paint the kit. But I guess I can show you what the stickers look like. So here's the front and rear view of the completed kit. I think this is painted. And here's the color guide and some before and after here with some detailing, and the standing and seated pilot figures. Now let's get into the runners. A lot of runners in this kit. So we got some regular stickers here, some color correcting for the red parts, and some decals. I'll show you guys what they look like on the kit, but again, I'm gonna use the water slides for when I paint it. We have some foil color correcting stickers here for the sensors and the eyes, and some pinstripes here for mostly for the Otori. And we have some dry transfers here. They look pretty good. Not a lot, but it's nice that they came with these. A lot of master grades don't come with dry transfers or water slides, so keep your eye out for kits that do. Just to get it out of the way, we actually have this really big sheet or runner of polycaps, and there are a few here that are X'd out in the manual, so at least we're not going to be dependent on all of these. We have runner A here in multicolor, and again, this appears white on camera, but it's actually pink. Here's what a white looks like, and that's the pink over there. It's slightly not noticeable on camera, but when you see it in person, you can actually discern that it's pink. But yeah, nice surface detail on this stuff here. We have some clear pieces here, and we have the pilot figures over here. Runner B in the light pink again for some armor parts and the shield. They're not Verka detailed, but they look pretty good. A tiny runner C here in some dark pink. Looks pretty good for some foot parts here. Runner D for some gray frame parts, and you can see here that the fingers are swappable. They're not the regular master grade hands that are connected, that just articulate, open and close. So we got some trigger fingers and grabby hands in here. Runner E with more inner frame, mostly for the lower body. The soles of the feet are actually gray as well. And the inner frame of this kit isn't that softer type of plastic, unlike the newer kits. So you're still gonna want to be careful with that in terms of snapping it or using your nipper. In terms of using your nippers to cut it out of the runner. Runner F here in more detailed inner frame. A weirdly shaped runner G here with some armor parts. And you can see the blades here are gonna be in pink. There's no H1, but this is the H2 with some pink parts again. We skip on over the alphabet onto letter L here. And we have the rifle parts here, and the insides of the front skirts and the back skirts look pretty good. A lot of surface detail or mechanical detail there. Runner M for more frame parts, but these are in a darker gray. Multicolored runner N. Got some really dark pink, like a burgundy here, and some light bluish gray with some kind of a darker than baby blue color here. And we have the clear beam effect for that big sword. So runner O here in some actual white, not the light pink. It's for the OOTORI. And even though OOTORI has some very detailed parts here, you can see the surface detail on the wings and even the body. There's a lot of detail on that. runner P again in white, and we have some more OOTORI parts here. Runner Q for some black. I think these are black. It doesn't look gray. And we have the shield parts here and some vents for the OOTORI. We have runner R here in gray again for some inner frame of the OOTORI, I guess. But this actually looks darker than the regular frame parts. And here we have the runner for the action base, or the stand that's included in the kit. And here are all the runners grouped together back in the box. We're gonna have fun with these. I'm gonna prepare them before the stream actually. So I'm gonna build this again on live stream on Facebook Live. And I'll see you there, I guess. Big thanks to all the long time and new subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Gonna be a big help in sustaining and upgrading the channel. So building this guy was pretty easy. It's not that difficult of a master grade, unlike the Gundam Barbatos, which was kinda on the more intricate side of master grades. So just like any other master grade, you also have an inner frame. It's not that detailed of an inner frame like the Barbatos has, but I think it's enough. Like this part here is actually part of the inner frame poking through, even here on the ankles, looking really good. Plus we have some popping gray details from the inside of the armor. So really good inner frame mechanics with this kit. The armor is detailed, but not the Gundam 3.0 kind of detailed. But I think that's good. You actually have a lot of space to do some custom scribing for more panel lines, but I think straight out of the box the panel lines given here look pretty good already. And I think this is on the more basic side of master grades. Of course part separation is good, but it's a very easy build. So if you've been building some high grades or something for a while and you want to try a master grade, I think this could be a really good entry into the master grade line. For overall quality, I think the parts and everything give it a nice heft. It doesn't give you that feeling of having a very hollow model kit. I guess it's because the quality of the plastic is really good, though sometimes stickers look really bad. But in this case it looks pretty okay. Overall proportions and surface detail is really nice also. Not much that you could want more from a Strike Gundam frame. Okay, for the accessories we have the usual Gundam weapons. We have the Gundam shield here. I like the designs of the Gundam Seed shields. It looks really angular and really sturdy. And here at the back we have some nice inner detail here. You can see that it's nicely detailed here with all those notches and everything. And yeah, the back here we have this swinging mechanism here, so you can put it on the right or the left arm, and this just hinges, and that's the adapter you put into the arm. We have a handle here, but you don't really need that because the connection of the shield to the arm is already really sturdy. So you just plug the shield into the back of the arm here, and it's gonna be on the side of the arm. And just like that, you don't need the handle to be held in the hand because it's already really secure and it doesn't wobble once you mount it on the mobile suit. Next accessory, we have another Gundam weapon here, the beam rifle. This is actually just two pieces slapped together except for the main handle, the secondary handle, the tip of the barrel, and the sight here, the sensor. And you actually have a clear piece that goes into this sensor holder, but I didn't put it because it's gonna be hard to take out again for painting. Anyway, the secondary handle moves like so. To make the Gundam hold it, you just use one of these trigger finger option hands. You just slot it there, but it doesn't actually lock into the beam rifle's handle. You're gonna need to keep it in place with the palm of the Gundam's hand. And yeah, the Gundam has no weight issues with this weapon here. Next up, that comes with the Strike Gundam. We have in the side skirts here, one each, we have these armor schneiders, which are basically just folding knives. They just unfold like so. To use them, just like the beam rifle there, you just use this holding hand option parts, and you just slot that in there, and you connect the fingers into the hand again. For the other accessories, we have this expressive open palm here, which gives the Gundam a little more dynamic posing options. Some fists if you want them. We have a standing pilot figure here. A couple of base adapters. An actual included base, which is really good. And for the last, but definitely not the least accessory of this kit, we have the OOTORI striker pack here. It's really big. It's almost as big as the kit itself. And this actually comes with another weapon here. So just like the armor schneiders, you just need to use one of those holding hands and you slot them here onto the handle, and you can actually do a dual or a double holding action. For storage, you just put it back here onto the OOTORI like so. So the OOTORI has a lot of ammunition here. We have the sword, we have this launcher here, we have 2 rail guns, we have some rockets under the wings, and maybe some bombs. I'm not sure what those are. But yeah, as a support unit, I approve of this OOTORI pack. So for articulation, we have these mounted stuff on the back like so. It just hinges here and here. So once it's up there, you can aim it left and right however you want to. Same goes for the anti-ship sword here, but I don't know what you would use that for except for handing it to the Gundam. The railguns here are on ball joints and on a hinge here. And the main thrusters here are on ball joints. They can rotate all the way around. And we got some fins here that can move forward about that much. And the double wings here are very detailed. You just open them up for some X-wing action when it's attached onto the back of the Strike Rouge, looking pretty aggressive. And to attach it to the Gundam, you just move this forward and you slide it down just like so. And you can see that attachment point just slots into the back of the Strike Rouge. Down here finally we have the slot for the action base. We just have this adapter here onto the action base, and you slot that in there, and the OOTORI is attached to the action base. Alright, so you might want to see some poses now, but first let's get to the articulation. Let's start with the head here. It's on the ball joint on the bottom of the head, and on the base of the neck is just a front and back hinge like so. So you can look down this far and look up that far. Not much for tilts, but there is some, so you can do some very aggressive poses here. Shoulder joint is pretty good. You can move the shoulder up, giving you clearance for raising the arm sideways like this. And you can also move it forward like that, so you can reach all the way across the body like so, which is really good. Very nice articulation on the shoulder there. Shoulder armor is independent of the arm here, and we have some attachment points that can open like so for some other strike attachment. So yeah, we have a bicep swivel over here, double jointed elbow, bends really good, and when you bend it you actually expose some inner frame mechanics here. So once you bend it, pistons, really nice. Wrist is just on a ball joint. Thumbs also on a ball joint. You already saw a while ago that the fingers are swappable. Side to side movement is really good. Forward crunch is also good. Not much for back, which is actually a good thing because you don't want a heavy backpack weighing down the Gundam, making it lean back. And we have these tiny thrusters here that just kind of shift up and down just a bit. By the way, we actually also have a cockpit hatch that opens. So the bottom part just opens like so. Oh, okay, there, it just pulls out and opens like so. And you can see the seated pilot figure in there, all cozy. To the skirts here, we actually have a ball joint and a hinge, so we can get it up that far, pretty far. Side skirts are on hinges, but they're pretty limited if you ask me, because they can only get up that far. And as you can see down the skirts here, we have some very nice internal mechanical details. As for the hip joint, it's not actually a ball joint anymore, so that's good. You can shift it up and down like so. Kick forward just about more than 90 degrees there. Straighten out the leg there. Yeah, more than 90 degrees. And move back even more than the front there. Really good. Thigh swivel doesn't go all the way around, but I don't really think you need to go all the way around. Double jointed knee here with some shifting armor, so when you bend the knee, that kneecap actually moves with it, which is really good. And when you bend that, we actually still have some mechanical details in there, really nice. For the ankles, we have a ball joint up there and a ball joint down there, so twists this much, not so much, but you get what you need. Same with the tilt. Bends forward like this, that's really good, that's a lot. Bends down like so. The actual toe bend though, that's a lot more, giving it a lot more movement. It doesn't point down that much though, it's just very, very slight. I don't even think that's counted as articulation, it's just some room. And then we have the ankle guards here that just swivel up and down. Not much as well, but overall I think the articulation is really good for this kit. It's basic, but you get what you need. I guess I have to show you guys how to attach the striker pack to the mobile suit. So yeah, just have to pull that back and we just slot it here into that striker pack hole and it attaches just like so. No problems there. Looking really good. This kit's a very hefty kit. A lot of plastic in this kit and there's only a little spare parts in the box or unused parts in the box, so that's really good. It's a lot of stuff for the price. This isn't actually that expensive of a master grade. The build is really, really solid. It's simple, it's easy. The surface detail isn't that extensive, but there's a lot, and there's a lot of mechanical detail under the armor. Articulation is really good. It's not the best, but you can get all you need from that. It's really satisfying to play with this guy. I've had a lot of time to play around with this kit and I enjoyed every second of it. And yeah, like I said a while ago, a lot of plastic in this kit, a lot of stuff for the price. You got a nice set of weapons for this kit. From the rail guns to the regular Gundam weapons. It comes with a base. It comes with a display stand, so not all kits have display stands included in the box, and I think all of them should, but here we are, just some of the kits having a display stand, and this is one of them. So if you're looking for a kit that actually already comes with a display stand and it's not all that expensive, get yourself a Strike Rouge. As for the cons, the light pink plastic might not be everyone's cup of tea. Personally, I like the color pink, so this isn't really bothersome for me. But for people that like white armor on their Gundams, I think this isn't gonna be your choice of kit. Unless you paint the kit, but if you're an out-of-box builder, this might not satisfy your model kit needs. I guess my last words for this kit is that I really enjoyed it. It's really satisfying. I really like the pink, I really like the articulation, I really like the weapons and everything about it. So this kit is highly recommended. So that's it for this review. Again, big thanks to all the subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, please press that subscribe button. Gonna be a big help in sustaining and upgrading this channel. Thanks for watching. Bye!